VAC is an organization that focuses a lot on and making sure that those that have that returning citizens, those that may have a record awaiting sentencing, that they understand that they have a right to vote just like everyone else.
Hard at work on Division Street, the Voting Access for All Coalition is educating West Michiganders on their right to hit the ballot box.
We're in an area where there's a lot of homeless. There's a lot of people with issues. And some of them may be returning citizens. And because we are where we are, we like being here because we can help them. We can help them understand.
The coalition is a nonpartisan effort that started on Michigan's East Side when it became clear many people who were in jail or leaving prison weren't aware of their right to vote.
We hear it all the time that I can't do this because I have a felony on my record. And it is 2022. And you would think things are a lot better, but the problem's still there. The problem still exists. And so we just have to keep pushing that narrative that they have a right to vote.
In Michigan, you can still vote if you have a past conviction, are on parole or probation, if you are in or out of jail waiting to be sentenced, and if you're experiencing homelessness.
They're still citizens, they're human beings. They have a right just like anyone else. Just because they've done time for whatever the reason is, they're out here now in the community. They've paid their debt to society, and so now they're here and they have a right.
Kathy Harris serves as VAC's co-chair. She says it's her mission to get as many people to the polls as possible.
Usually my second question or comment after I say hello, are you registered to vote? If I don't know that you're not registered, I want to know. And if we're talking right now, I can take my phone out and do it. It only takes a couple seconds. While we're having this conversation, you could be registered to vote. Let's do it.
As Harris explains, registering can be done quickly, but it can often take more than that to empower voices. That's why her team has boots on the ground in the community, providing education around candidates and policies.
A lot of them don't even know the officers, the officials, the elected officials. So we find ourselves explaining, this is who the governor is now, this is who's running for governor, this is who the attorney general. So a lot of them don't understand that. Some of them just got out. I talked to a young man that had been out for like 6 months. He didn't have a clue. But, so we take our time to try to explain. We try to pass out as much information as we can, and we try to talk to them. You may not know now how to vote, but we're going to try to help you. So we'll follow up with some of them and call back.
Harris says the group doesn't care how you vote, just that you make it to the polls, where her team is waiting to aid in any ballot barriers.
Bring your babies along. We'll have poll watchers, poll challengers at the polls, and we'll do whatever we need to do to get you to vote. So if you go to the poll and you need a babysitter while you're in line, that's what we'll do. We'll watch your babies.
While VAC notes an increase in overall voting for the past gubernatorial election, it also found 22 precincts in Grand Rapids that saw 50% or less voter turnout. Harris says there are similar themes in Kentwood and Wyoming, stressing the importance of every vote.
And when they say that I can't vote, I don't want to vote, it doesn't affect me at all, what does affect you? Is it education, if it's housing, if it's any other services that are offered by the government? Whatever services that you may need that are ran by the state, this is the time for you to get to voice your opinion, to vote, and you have a voice. Otherwise, if you don't vote, you have no complaint when they take that program away from you. You can't say anything.
As Election Day hits November 8th, VAC says its goal is to make people feel empowered to use their voice and their right to affect the future.